Hi guys, today we're going to talk about things that we want and asking for them from God and expecting them in return. And, some people are saying if you pray the right way, you'll get money. That's not true. In a way that is kind of true, but only if you need it. God does things for a certain reason. He answers prayers that are meant to be answered. His will be done. And I'm going to read you I'm going to read you a few verses here. There's 4 verses that I need to read too. There's Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Now that verse practically means is, delight thyself in the Lord. What do you think that means? Just let you think right now. What do you think that means? Now, if you got the answer to praise God and be joyous that He has saved you and that He is a good God and He is He is the King of Kings, He is the Lord of Lords. Now, you got it right. Now, if you think it's, oh, well, if I think of Him as, He's my creator, yeah, you got that right too. Now, there's not very much you can get wrong on that answer right there. So, I'm not going to say much. And anyways, so, I just want you guys to know that, God will grant your wishes. He really will. He's not like Jiminy Cricket, or He's not Santa Claus or anything like that. He's not going to give you everything you want just because you want it. He's going to give it to you because you need it. He's going to give it to you because your heart longs for it. And I'm going to read another verse in Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. I love that verse. Absolutely love it. And because when you seek and you shall find, that's just awesome. It's the most awesome thing in the world. You're looking and you're looking. Remember when you lose your keys or something and you're like, oh crap, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? My keys are gone. And then finally you find them and you're like, yes, my keys. So, that's kind of like how this is. God gives you, He knows what you're searching for, deep down inside your heart. And He lets you find it. And He allows you to find it. And some people have heard the term, when one door closes, another door opens. And that's where the knock and it shall be opened unto you. So all you have to do is knock on God's door and say, hey God, can you let me in? Can you let me in on the secret life of yours? I want to be a Christian. I want to be saved like you, and I want to be in your light always. So, it's a good thing, right? And ask and it shall be given you. Ask and it shall be given you. Some Bible versions say, ask and it shall be given unto you. That sounds a little bit more reasonable, right? Ask and it shall be given to you. Given you. Yeah. Sounds wacko. But, when you're asking for $1 million, you're like, God, I want this $1 million so bad. I really don't think you're gonna get $1 million. You might, if that's God's will. But you know what? If you're an irresponsible money handler, I don't think you're gonna get it. You gotta have the skill. You gotta have the talent. You gotta know what you're doing with money. You gotta know what you're doing with whatever it is you want. Like, if you want a new puppy dog, and you've never really trained a dog on your own, you've had help with training a dog, like your mom or dad, and now you're out on your own, and you're like, yeah, I've always loved puppy dogs, and I want one on my own right now. And if you don't have the time and patience for one, I don't think you're gonna get one. So I could be wrong. You may have the talent, but it's kind of hard to see that. Anyways, let's move on. Now I'm going to read from James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, it shall be given him. So practically that means if you ask for wisdom, God is not going to make fun of you. God is not going to persecute you. He is going to be a loving God saying, I am proud of you because you want wisdom. I like that. I want more wisdom. And I'm sure you would probably want more wisdom too. I keep hearing things, sorry. I don't want my mom to walk in on my video session, because I do this in my room and I don't have a studio or anything where everybody can leave me alone. But anyways, I'm almost done. So, I put this wisdom part in here because wisdom is a very important thing. Very important thing. You know, if you lack wisdom, you lack a lot of things. When you're asking for something and you don't have wisdom, then you're probably going to ask for stupid things. Now I'm going to read you another verse from Matthew 18:19. Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them with my Father which is in heaven. Now that goes on to another verse that says, sorry, I hear everybody. That goes on to another verse that says, if 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So when you say a prayer, make sure you're with 2 or 3 people, and you know what? God will be there listening to you. God will be there listening to you, and you're more likely to get that prayer answered. At least from my experience, you know. I've noticed that. Anyways, so I hope this was a good lesson for you guys. And God is a loving God. He wants to give us what we want. He wants to give us what we need. And He is willing to do all of that, as long as it is within His will. He's like very precise. He is very persistent. That's where a lot of people get that from. And He wants everything to go His way. And so far, things have been going His way. All the prophecies and everything like that been going his way. So just keep on doing what you're doing, and keep praising the Lord, keep praying. If you have a church to go to, please go to church. I don't have a church to go to. Well, I do, but it's a very difficult situation. It's very complicated. That's why I'm doing these video ministries. That's why I'm studying the Bible on my own. Now, if you guys want to bring me to church somewhere, then I would love that. I would love to go and be a missionary. So if you guys have any info on that, please contact me immediately on missionary info. I would love to be a missionary, but I can't do it because I don't have any money. So if it's free, please contact me. Thanks. Bye, guys.